it would be fun to feature the bookstore right down the
Snowbound
street.
Books.
Snowbound Books, because it is a wonderful. There is something really magical about cozying up on a cold day with a wonderful tea or a great hot beverage, maybe a cooler, whatever, if your teeth hurt. But check this out. This is a little bit about Snowbound Books.
Snowbound, in a couple weeks, we're going to start celebrating our 40th year. I am the second owner. I took over 10 years ago, but I've been at the store for 25 years. Ray Nurmi started it in 1984. He started just collecting used books on his own, and he just had them all crammed in one room of his house. And he knew that he wanted to be his own boss and start a bookstore. He found this place, and originally the store was just in the front half of the building. He actually had kites in the back. Over the years, he slowly added new books. Then I started like late 90s, 25 years ago. And then he just slowly trained me over years to take over the business. So the transition didn't really feel like a business transaction. The transition felt more like an adoption. We have books for everybody. We have books from board books on up to however old you want to go. Fiction is really strong for us. Our fantasy section is really strong, and our history section is really strong. When I'm choosing books for the store, I really tend to avoid the books that you would find at Target and at chains. One of our taglines on our store is that we go beyond the bestsellers, and so I try to find things that are unexpected to people. Books that they didn't know that they needed, and just books that are just kind of unusual. When people come in asking for help, we try to really narrow it down and tailor it to their needs and their wants and what they like. And our average customer, there's not really an average. We really try to cater to just about everybody. Just today, we have mailed packages off to 5 different states. We have people who come to see us in the summer when they're on vacation, and then we become their bookstore, and they order from our website, and we ship packages to them year-round. The hardest question that you can ask a book person is to name their top 5 books. I go through tens of thousands of titles to pick out what's in the store. In 25 years, after a while, a lot of the books start sounding exactly the same to me, So when I find something that is really different, you think, oh, it's going to be this type of book, and it turns out to be, life-changing for you. And it's just kind of like, oh, well, that's nice. Marquette has changed so much. People call us the driver's city of the North, because tourism has really kicked in. They're doing a great job. Travel Marquette is doing a great job of promoting year-round activities. So where before our winters were pretty slow, now we have people coming in from all over the place all year round. I've learned the art of putting out fires and rolling with the punches. I'm lucky in this business that nothing is life or death. You just deal with problems as they come up, and you just adapt, and you just roll with it. You hire really good people, and that's huge. There's a lot of pride that comes with being a small business owner. You really feel like you're doing something important. What you're doing matters to the community. You always hope that you're making a contribution, that you're a safe place, that you're someplace that people can brag to their friends who don't live here. It's like, well, when you come visit me, we have to go to this certain place, There's something about small businesses that just make a place fun to go to.
All right, well, that's just one of those gems in our community, Tia. It always feels good to go in there. It's neat to learn a little bit more about the history. I think she said there used to be kites in the background.
Kites in the background? I had no idea about that. I didn't know that bookstore started just in somebody's home.
Yeah.
Super cool. I love going into that shop, and I loved what she said about going beyond the bestsellers.
Yeah.
And finding a book that you didn't know you needed. I think that's a super cool thing.
Well,
and I feel like that's just like what reading does, is you find information that you didn't know you needed to know.
And you can't browse a book I don't know what my words are, but audiobook. You can't browse the audiobook section like you can the books at Snowbound. There's something special about taking that quiet time and doing that. So.
It really is.